What up guys, it's Adrian from YouMotorcycle.com, and today's video is going to be a review of this car cover for my truck from carcovers.com. Now, some people use car covers to keep their high-end cars pristine and free of dust. Some of you use them because you've got some high-end paint jobs and you just don't want the sun's UV rays damaging your paint or your finish. I use a truck cover because, well, I park outside. Scraping ice and snow off of my truck, it really sucks. You come outside, you gotta leave for work, and you have to spend the first half hour of your commute just scraping ice off your windshield and off of your windows and off of your mirrors. So that's why I got myself a truck cover. But what I want to do with this review is basically cover 4 topics. And the first one is, what exactly is inside the box? What are we getting for our money? Next thing we'll be talking about is, what's the quality like? What's the finish like? Does this seem like something that's actually going to last? Third one is, how well is it actually going to fit? Obviously for me, it's going to be a little bit more difficult than for you guys. On their website, you can actually pick what your vehicle is and they give recommendations for you. But for me, I have this whole extra bit on the back. My truck is equipped with a motorcycle loading lift platform. So we'll see. And in my particular case, how well is it actually going to do its job of keeping snow and ice off my vehicle and saving me a bunch of time in the morning? Because ultimately, I care about saving myself a ton of time clearing off my truck from snow and ice, and apparently we are getting a ton of snow and ice overnight. But for now, let me just show you guys unboxing this and what it looks like. So the first thing we see is we got some instructions. We have a cable lock, we have a key for lock, some string, all to help secure the cover and make sure no one takes it from you, so that's cool. Actually, I really like this. They have some frequently asked questions. So why are there no mirror pockets, gust strap, wind protectors, etc. Antenna patching for if you want to have a hole in there for your antenna to come through, and some simple steps for before you use your new cover. We've got some pretty heavy duty tie downs, so that's awesome. These are really, really thick. And then a bag and the cover itself. I want you guys to come see how nice this is. Check this out. So the cover is double stitched. You can tell by feel that it's pretty thick. Not only that, but it seems to have like a weatherproof sort of outer liner that still looks a little bit breathable. And then you have like a soft touch interior. It's almost like having like a fleece liner. Pretty cool. Alright, so now that we've found the front, let's see how well it actually fits. And I like this. Not only for the front that says front, but one for the back. The instructions say to start with the front, wrap it around the bumper, and then pull it all the way around. So, we found the front. See if it's as easy as they make it sound. Alright, real quick, before I give you guys the whole tour, putting the cover on was a lot less headache than I thought it was going to be, so that is awesome. Yes, there's a weird bump there. That is my antenna. I'm going to be removing that. I also think the truck might be parked for the next several days, so just to play it safe, because it will be below freezing, like a lot below freezing, I'm going to be also running a battery tender, so a little bit more work to do, and then we'll go inside before the snow hits. So the instructions do say that you can put a hole for the antenna to go through. But in all honesty, I've been looking for an excuse to switch to a stubby antenna anyway, and I just don't want to be punching holes in covers. So yeah, battery tender is hooked up. Got it kind of running down here. It's in a Ziploc bag. Trying to make it as waterproof as possible. Tucked over there. All right, so the only thing left to do now is just put the cover back on, and I'll give you guys a walk around and let you know what I think. So overall, I'd say this is pretty flush in the front. Looks pretty good. I like that it's not baggy or droopy. It did fold the mirrors in, but I mean, that takes an extra second, so it's not a big deal. The reason why it starts to look poofy back here is I ordered for an extended cabin, like a proper 5-seater truck, versus I really just have the suicide doors in the back of mine. The reason why I did that is because I have this part. It's part of my lift attachment, so I went a little bit bigger. You probably wouldn't have that problem at all. Something that I really liked was the double stitching all throughout. I thought they did a really great job with the finish of this. Again, obviously because my platform sticks out so far, like an extra 2 feet, I was not able to totally cover the back. But again, if your truck is not equipped with a lift in its bed, you're not going to have the same problem as me, so you'll be fine. And as you can see, everything else on this side looks pretty good. Right now, I think the only thing left to do is tie down the bottom and wait for the snow to come. All right, for keeping it from blowing around, got a really thick bungee cable and these clips. So if you have running boards, it's super easy. You can attach these clips pretty much anywhere. Clip them on, slide it up to lock it, and then you can pretty much just clip through there, run it around, and then clip into wherever you've put your plastic anchor. Easy peasy. For the back, I just put a cinder block in there. I think that'll stop it from blowing anywhere. And on this side, I want to try something different, so I clipped through here, I went around the running board, and I just clipped to the front mudguard. So I want to see which one's going to last longer. So as you guys can see, it definitely snowed quite a bit, and the beautiful thing is, normally if I was leaving for work right now, I'd have to clear off all the snow off my truck, scrape off ice, try and get the snow off the roof. Now I can just peel the cover off and put it in reverse and leave. Alright, so at this point we've covered what's in the box, what the quality is like, how to put it on, how to keep it on. I think now the only thing left to cover is just how well does it actually work. Alright, what you guys should know is that since the last video we have gotten like 3 different snowfalls. I'm going to measure about 8 3/4 inches. That's going to be a ton of weight to try and pull off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it all off in one shot. So I want to see if I can pull this thing off with all that snow on there or not. A. B. Will it rip? And C. I mean, we got to just think about the sheer weight of 8.5 inches of ice and snow going all the way across. I mean, I'm sure it's going to save me time no matter what, simply because every time the sun hits it, the snow melts a little bit, and then overnight it gets cold again, which creates just a little layer of ice all over all the windows, and just not having to scrape that all off is going to save a bunch of time. And I gotta say, these bungee cables, it just seems so stable, and it never seemed like it was going to blow around. The cables work great. All right, do you remember that cinder block I put here? It is totally buried. Oh my god. Oh, this is so heavy, and I'm pretty impressed by the fact it hasn't ripped yet. It just is so heavy. It's got to be hundreds of pounds. That's got to mean the cover is super strong if it can take all that weight and all that ice and not tear. So that is impressive. Yeah, let's try the front. These chunks are huge. They don't look like they weigh like much, but I guess because all the melting has been getting wet, and it's heavy. Jesus. All right, so what did we learn from all this? A few things. One, now you know what comes in the box. Two, quality is, I was sold before I even got the pack, to be honest with you, because I had a carcovers.com cover for my motorcycle from like years ago, maybe 5 years. I have another one for my old SUV. That was great last winter. And the quality on this one did not disappoint, especially after I've never had so much snow on a cover or so much weight on a cover, especially in the cold, and not have it just ripped to shreds. So that was pretty amazing. I think it speaks really well to the quality of the cover. Obviously, my truck has no ice in sight, nothing. There was no issues of the bottom part of the cover sticking to the paint, peeling it, nothing like that. It was totally perfect in terms of its function. The only fit issue was, again, because I have that hydraulic lift on the back of my truck. But besides that, the thing was stellar. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about the cover, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I wholeheartedly endorse it. This is not an affiliate thing. I get no money whether you buy it or not. But if you are in the market for a cover, I would definitely get the ones from carcovers.com. This is my third one, and these guys never disappoint me. All right, time to catch my breath. Peace.